You look out onto the horizon and you see two similar ranches. They both have cattle, they both have sheep, and they both have needs that need to be met by the end of the day. However, one of the ranches is owned by Tex, the cowboy. The other one is owned by Lex, the shepherd. You see, Tex is your typical cowboy. He requires the most out of his animals and expects them to perform every single day. When he rides out onto the ranch on his horse and his whip, his animals know they need to listen or face the consequences. However, Tex is not a mean or evil man. He just wants what's best for his ranch and knows to get results, he needs to do what he has to do. Tex is a cowboy. On the other ranch is Lex, the shepherd. He walks out slowly and surveys the land. He looks at his animals and he asks what he can do to help them. He walks over and sees that some of his animals are falling behind, so he slows the rest of the pack down so that the other ones can catch up. Whenever performance is lacking with his animals, he always asks himself, what can I do better the next day? Lex is a shepherd. When I first heard this analogy, I asked myself what kind of leader I was. Was I more of a rootin' tootin' cowboy, or was I more of a nice, calm, and collected shepherd? I guess when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, I guess I'm more like a shepherd. I'm not really that authoritative and whatnot. But is that really the answer? Is it that easy to just choose between being a cowboy or a shepherd? You see, I respect some traits in some of our history's cowboys, such as George Washington or Bill Gates, as well as some shepherds such as Elon Musk or Mahatma Gandhi. Was there truly a way for me to get just a little bit of the qualities from a cowboy and a little bit of the qualities from the shepherd? Is it even possible? Does a person like that even exist? That's the real question. And as I thought and I pondered, I came to the conclusion that there was a person that I heard of and that I learned about who does fit this narrative. He's probably a person that all of you may not have heard of before, although I really think that you should. This man's name is David Goggins. David Goggins is a retired Navy SEAL, has completed over 60 ultramarathons, and has held the world record for the most pull-ups at 4,030 in 17 hours. This man is a beast, but I don't want to talk about his physical accolades or his professional development. I want to talk about how he leads. Being in the Navy, David is a natural cowboy attitude. He expects you to face your fears head on and put 130% in, no questions asked. However, beneath the hard exterior lies the heart of a shepherd who truly cares about you and your development, and he'll be with you every single step of the way. There was a story that he shared when he was working. There was a story that his friend Jesse Itzler shared when he hired David to motivate him. There was one early morning, and David told Jesse, all right, we're going to go in a run. The only thing was that there was a raging blizzard outside. But he says, it's fine, we're going to go for an 8-mile run. Already sounds like hard, but let's do it. So Jesse and David go for their run, and about halfway through, David runs down to a frozen lake, grabs a gigantic rock, breaks open the lake, looks at his friend Jesse, and jumps on in. And again, this is in a raging blizzard. His friend Jesse runs over and goes, what in the world are you doing? We're going to get hypothermia. You're just crazy. What's going on? David looks to his friend and says, get on in. Again, his friend Jesse is just like, what are you talking about? David says nothing else. He just looks at his friend again and says, I said, get on in. So, of course, Jesse gets on in to the frozen lake in the blizzard. And they finish off their run, and Jesse said it's one of the most transformative experiences of his life. David was a cowboy. He told his friend, you need to jump in this lake. This is what is going to help motivate you. This is what I think is good for you. But at the same time, he had the shepherd inside of him. He didn't just tell his friend to jump into the lake. He jumped in first. He showed him, I can do this, so why can't you? This is the kind of leader that I believe I want to be. I don't think I'm remotely there yet, but I think I have the ability to get there. I want to be able to lead by example, but at the same time push them to their limits. I want to be able to get them to face their fears and to accomplish their goals. So, the next time that I look out onto the horizon and I see those two ranches, the cowboys and the shepherds, I'll just remember that I have my own ranch to attend to. Thank you.